Hey guys, it's Miharu, and welcome to episode 13 of SpyroCast. Today I have Ryan with me. Say hi.
Hey, people.
So, what is your history with Spyro, Ryan?
Well, it's kind of fuzzy for me because I grew up with obviously the original trilogy, like a lot of people did with Spyro. And I actually am having a tough time trying to remember exactly which game I started out with. It was either Spyro 2 or Spyro 3 I started out with, and then went back and played Spyro 1. And honestly, the Spyro series is definitely one of my personal favourite series out there, alongside Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon, not Spyro the Dragon, Sonic. That's what I'm trying to say. And yeah, I really love the purple fella, the purple dragon. And yeah, I've ever since the original trilogy, along with the Legends series and even Skylanders, I still like the character. I think he's a really cool character, really cute, and really unique. Like, I've experienced the highs and the lows of the series to the Dragonfly. But, I played the original trilogy. I actually didn't play Into the Dragonfly when it first came out. I actually skipped that title, so
Ooh.
maybe that was a good thing.
It probably was.
And then I played, I think it was Hero's Tale after that, which is what got me back into the series again. And then I think I played a Legend of Spyro New Beginning after that. And yeah, I think that I had a decent time with it. I don't think I hated my first experience with the Legend, the first of the Legend series. And then I remember skipping Eternal Night because at that time I was busy getting more games for some of the HD platforms like the 360 and PS3.
Well, that's completely fine. You're not missing much.
Yeah, exactly. And then I played Dawn of the Dragon, which I played the PlayStation 3 version of the game, so I got to experience all the HD graphics. And
yeah,
I will say, for the time, it looked really, really good. I'll say that much. Especially in, I think it's Avalar.
The Valley of Avalar, yeah.
Yeah, Valley of Avalar, that's one. That looked, especially on the HD systems, looked really good.
Yeah.
In my honest opinion. I know some people have some very mixed opinions on the Legend series, but I'll give them this. The game, or all the games, I should say, do look quite good.
Yeah, I mean,
in my honest opinion.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Legend, but if I'm going to praise anything, like, I praise pretty much whatever's in Dawn of the Dragon most. Because, like, I feel like, you know, that is the best one, and that's what had the most stuff that I liked out of all of them.
Yeah. Also with Dawn of the Dragon, I will say I actually had a pretty fun time playing co-op. I actually had someone to play that game with me, and it's actually not bad. I mean, okay, some areas it's a little awkward with some of the puzzles, but I actually had a somewhat fun time playing co-op in that game, surprisingly.
Yeah, I think the co-op and the teamwork was done really well.
Yeah. And then after that, I did actually get a chance to play the first Skylanders game. And I know a lot of people don't like Skylanders. All I'll say is, if you like Skylanders, that's totally okay. I've got no problems with that. I'm sure Miharu doesn't really have any issues with people who like Skylanders.
Absolutely not. I mean, because, like, I even like Skylanders myself. I think it's, like, an interesting concept. It's just, unfortunately, it's an expensive concept, and I didn't have enough money or room to keep buying those figures, and plus, my PS3 just kind of doesn't want to work with a lot of games anymore, so it froze a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I played the first Skylanders, which was Spyro's Adventure, and at first I did find a small amount of enjoyment from the game, but after a couple of sessions, I just got bored of the game. It just didn't really keep me invested, and I just didn't, like, the game itself just, I don't know, it just didn't work for me.
Yeah.
and I didn't really bother buying many of the other figures because, get this, I didn't have a lot of money at the time
Oh,
when it came out.
wow.
And after that, I really didn't bother picking up any of the other Skylanders games. They all just seemed like the same game, but with like one added gimmick. Like, oh, Skylanders Giants. It's the same. It's same game, different plot, and giant Skylanders. And then like Skylanders Trap Team again, different plot and different figures, and so on.
Yeah.
And I didn't pick up another Skylanders game until Imaginators came out on the Nintendo Switch. And the reason I actually picked that up was a couple of reasons. One, Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
A major thing that was like, okay, I've kind of got to see this.
I think
think
Crash and Cortex is what sold a lot of people on it.
Yeah. And surprisingly enough, the level was actually that came with Crash and Cortex was actually pretty decent, pretty good.
Nice.
And another thing that got me quite interested was the fact that you didn't require a portal of power to actually to play the figures. All you needed to do was put the figures on, I think it was the right Joy-Con of the Switch controller or Pro controller, and they would actually save them on the figure library or whatever it was called, so that you didn't constantly keep needing to take the figure off the portal.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
And I just thought that seemed quite interesting, and really, that's really my entire history of the series. I mean, okay, I actually did have one more game, but it was one of the GBA titles, and it was the crossover.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Yeah, that's So wait, which one did you have? Did you have the Spyro one or the Crash one?
I actually had a combo pack which contained both.
Oh, that was called Fusion, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I believe. But basically it had both Crash Purple and Spyro Orange, I believe, on one cartridge.
Ah, I see. Okay.
So I didn't have to buy 2 copies. Yay!
All right. Well, that was a pretty in-depth, thorough history. I like that. So what would you say your favorite Spyro game is?
Oh, that's difficult. The thing is, it's a toss-up between 2 and 3 for me. Like, they're both really, really good platformers. 3D platformers. But I'm going to say that my personal favourite Spyro game of all time would most likely be Spyro 2 for me.
Oh, okay.
I just think it had the most memorable levels between all 3 games. Like, I love the characters. I prefer Ripto as a better villain over the Sorceress.
Of course, me too.
Yeah. And I just think that Spyro 3, while it is a good second place for me, I just think it had too many, like, gimmicks that sort of didn't exactly work with me, if you get what I'm saying.
What kind of gimmicks? What didn't you like about it?
Well, like, some of the mini-games weren't exactly that good, like the boxing with, Bentley. The boxing minigame with Bentley didn't
that's one.
rub me the right way. And just a few others that I can't really remember of right now. I just think I had a lot of more memorable moments with Spyro 2 than I did with Spyro 3. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I get that. Sometimes when I try to recall specific memories and stuff like that, it always goes back to... A lot of it goes back to Spyro 2 for me. There are a lot of nostalgic feelings that I have for Spyro 2, but it's just something about Spyro 3, just like, I feel like the nostalgia connection is even higher for some reason for Spyro 3, just because I remember when I got it and playing it and just talking to my friends about it, and there's just something that's there. It's not even necessarily parts of the game that stick out, some parts, but it's more like the feelings that I had while playing it that stick out most to me.
Yeah, same here, really. Also, I think for me personally, I think it's more of a Spyro 2 at least. It's more of, for me, it's like a nostalgic kind of thing for me, which with Spyro 2, I think it was probably was one of the first 3D platformers I ever got to experience on the PlayStation 1 alongside Crash Bandicoot, and that's kind of another reason why I pick Spyro 2 as my personal favourite over the whole trilogy.
Right.
Because of that.
Yeah. Well, Spyro 2 was the very first game that I 100% completed on my own, so for that, yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Spyro 2, we sure got a lot of stuff from Comic-Con.
Oh, yes. We got a lot.
I mean, wow, that was just... It was almost too much. I was like, no, please stop it. Like, you're giving me too much here. It's overkill, overload.
I mean, like, where do we even begin with what they showed off? Like, first of all, the amount of people that they had there. I mean, we had people from Toys for Bob. We had Ted Price from Insomniac. Mm-hmm. I mean, we had Stuart Copeland, one of the original composers of the original trilogy. I mean, we had Tom Kenny, the main voice actor for Spyro, there as well to do a couple of lines.
Oh my god,
it was insane. I mean,
I just wish I could have been there.
Same.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really all we can say. Just wow.
And we got a few new few new screenshots. For like various things. I mean, we got our first look at in-game Scarlet's Badlands.
Yeah, that's right.
For one of their, because they were doing some comparison screenshots during the panel, and one of the first ones they showed was, I think it was like the title screen for Spyro 2.
Oh,
where it was the original, and then the reignited version.
Oh man, I really want redone title screens.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So cool.
And I mean, just take my money, Toys for Bob. Take my money.
I know.
I want it so bad.
Can we like speed up time a little so it's September already?
Yeah, and let's not forget the people who have been complaining about, or just generally not liking the soundtrack for a Reignited Trilogy. You guys are getting something really, really great, because the original soundtrack is there in the game.
Yeah,
you can toggle.
Yeah, now you can toggle. You all asked for it. You now have toggleable music, and like Stuart Copeland like worked closely with the people who were doing the new stuff too. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
As well as the ability to turn on and off the dynamic music.
Yeah,
the Reignited soundtrack.
I know, it's great, because, like, now we have, it's basically 3 options that we have. That's great.
Yeah, and honestly, for my first run through of all 3 games, I'm going to try it out with the Reignited soundtrack, just so I can listen to all the songs in their Reignited form, and then maybe do a second playthrough with the original soundtracks, just so I can get those nostalgia juices flowing.
Yeah, same here. I'm gonna play through it once with the new soundtrack, then play through it again with the original. Not sure about if on my first playthrough I'm gonna leave the dynamic on. I'm probably going to leave the dynamic on first and see if I like it, and if I don't, then I'll just turn it off and listen to the new soundtracks, by themselves.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and we can't forget the greatest dragon design of all time, Nestor.
Oh my god, Nestor's
hot.
Him.
And Canadian guy was right. That dragon from that original trailer was just a placeholder.
Yes, he was right. He was half right though. It still hasn't been confirmed that's Cosmos though. So he was half right.
Yeah, maybe that dragon will most likely, maybe he's moved to a different level.
Perhaps.
And not be in. Maybe that dragon is in the game, just a different dragon in another level somewhere.
Yeah, perhaps. Or perhaps they're not using that model at all, and that was just a very early model to show off what they were doing.
Yeah. The trailer was a very early build of the game.
Yeah.
And obviously they probably didn't finish Nestor's proper model at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So they wanted to hold him off.
Yeah, but and now we have our answer to who one of those dragons was on the on the pin set. Apparently that one at the bottom that I thought might be a Beastmaker's dragon is actually Nestor, so that's great.
Nice.
So what's your least favorite Spyro game? I mean, other than the GBA
Skyland.
thing.
Yeah, GBA. Least favorite is probably going to be Enter the Dragonfly for me. I know that's probably going to be a lot of people's least favorite, but it's just the fact that you can glitch the game to the point where you can beat the game in like 15, 20 minutes by doing one glitch.
Yeah. I think you could do it in like under 5 minutes or something. I thought that's what like people who like speed run any percent like do it in under 5 minutes.
Yeah, like just the fact that it could have been something quite special. It could have been a good Spyro game. But the fact that they had to rush it, and Universal at the time was asking for this game to be released a lot earlier than what it was at the time, just rubs me the wrong way about that game.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate because I would take Enter the Dragonfly over A New Beginning and especially The Eternal Light.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate that it had to be like that because it had some good ideas and I liked it still had the platformer style and all that.
Yeah, it could have very easily have been a proper sequel to A Year of the Dragon. I need to stop getting my names mixed up. But yeah, it really could have been a proper sequel to that, and it could have been really, really good. But that's what you get when you rush a game. You get glitches. Yep. Major glitches.
Yeah, I mean, you get glitches with like tons of games, but that was just inexcusable. I mean, that's why I stopped playing and gave it away. I was like, you know what? I can't take these glitches anymore.
Yeah, that and the frame rate was trash.
Oh yeah, it was very, very poor.
But yeah, that's what I say is my least favorite Spyro game. If we're taking the Game Boy Advance game of Spyro Orange out of it.
Yeah, well, that's a normal answer. A lot of people would say that, so I understand that completely. Okay, who is your favorite character in the Spyro series?
Am I allowed to say Spyro as my favorite?
No.
Okay. Probably Agent 9.
Yes!
From Spyro 3.
Yes!
He's just so crazy.
I know. He's perfect. I just love his personality. So funny.
Yeah. Have they confirmed that the voice actor for Agent 9 is in Reignited?
I believe so.
Ah, good.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, he said, I believe Richard Tatum said something himself, like, a long time ago, back when it was, like, first announced that he was coming back, so, yeah, let's hope that's still true.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm glad you like Agent 9. He sucks to play as, but he's great as a character.
Yeah. It kind of makes me believe that Agent 9 was kind of an inspiration for Ratchet and Clank, in a way.
Yeah.
Or at least, it feels like that what they were doing with Agent 9 would eventually then be used for Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, it seems like, that's probably what they were going for, maybe. It's like they took Agent 9, the gameplay and then improved upon it, of course, and then took those enemies from Hurricos and just smashed them all together.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then we had Ratchet and Clank, which I hope that's going to be the style of gameplay that they go for Reignited, for Agent 9's missions and stuff.
Yeah, I hope so too. I hope they control well.
Yeah, I mean, like, who wants those stiff controls? Like, nobody likes that.
Yeah, and I remember, I think one of the missions was in Fireworks Factory, where you had to be in first person.
Oh, yeah.
That one egg, which was really awkward to control because it wasn't smooth in terms of aiming.
Yeah, that really sucks.
I hope that. I just hope they make that more fluid in terms of like the aiming anyway for the first person controls.
Yeah, I mean there just needs to be, like you said, more fluid motion and stuff, like not so stiff, like when he runs. And this is something that always bugs me, like when he runs around and stuff, I don't want him to like have his arm sticking straight out with his butt. Like, don't run like that, that's awkward. Run like a normal person, Agent 9.
Yeah.
Oh god. Well, my favorite character, other than Spyro, of course. Well, I have a list of favorite characters. Agent 9's definitely one of them. Ripto, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
I love Ripto so much. And he's gonna... Oh my god, it's gonna be so great in Reignited. I love all the art that we've seen so far.
I just want to see how he's animated in the cutscene.
I know, me too. It's gonna be great. Oh yeah, and then Bianca. I really want to see her.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really pretty.
I'm also interested in seeing how Elora also looks.
Yeah, Elora and Bianca, definitely. Both of them they're probably both gonna look hot, and I'm just, yes.
And Hunter as well. We haven't seen him yet.
We saw a little of him on that, on the card. Like, there was, like, a pre-order, like, bonus thing where you get, like, cards, and we saw, it wasn't the best picture of him, but we did get a glimpse of him.
Yeah. I'm more saying, like, a full HD render.
Yeah, of
Look at
course.
the characters is kind of what I'm sort of referring to.
Yeah,
But yes, obviously, I think I have seen the very blurry images of those characters.
it's so funny, those blurry images come out and, like, people just freak out over them because, like, we see, like, one detail and we're just like, what could this mean? And then we, like, do full, like, 20-minute videos on what that detail could mean.
Yeah.
We're just like, Sheila has hair? What? Which, I mean, it may not even be hair. It may be a hat. But it does look like hair from, like, the way it's drawn and, like, the kind of texture on it.
Yeah, honestly, the fact that Sheila may or may not even have hair, honestly doesn't really bother me at all.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me either. I mean, like Elora and Bianca had hair, like, why should Sheila be bald? I mean,
I mean, if you look at the original design of Sheila, she didn't really have any, like, crazy hair or any, like hair like that's in the new version.
Yeah.
It's like, Sheila looks kind of like a, dare I say, a generic kangaroo, cartoony kangaroo character.
Yeah, she
anyway.
just looks like a normal kangaroo model. It's like with no distinctive, like, features or qualities or anything. So I mean, it's, for some people when they were kids, it was even hard to tell that she was a girl.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna piss some people off because, like, oh, you don't need to have, like, what, all girls need to have hair? It's like, no, but just, I mean, look, it at least gives her something, you know, something distinguishable and makes her look nice. I mean, come on.
I'm also interested in seeing what Sergeant Bird looks like.
Yeah, I really want to see him too. He was always my favorite character to play as, so. And, you know, hopefully he's still going to be voiced by Tom Kenny since we got him right there, so might as well.
I mean, if you've got the actor, you might as well.
Yeah, you might as well. I mean, sometimes it happens where the roles get replaced even though they do have the same actor right there, but yeah, I'm guessing that it's just gonna, you know, all be the same voices for the most part.
Yeah, here's hoping.
However, with in the case of, like, Moneybags, I have no idea who's voicing him because, like, neither of the original voice actors confirmed, so I'm just like, oh, what will he sound like? Will they get Jess Harnell back doing his Russian Moneybags?
Who knows?
I don't think he'll be Russian or Arabic or Turkish or whatever that accent was. I honestly can't tell anymore.
Just out of curiosity, did he voice Moneybags in Hero's Tale? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, that was him.
Okay. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. But yeah, here's hoping that, you know, he'll just sound like a British bear like he's supposed to.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll sound as similar to the original as they possibly can.
Right, cause whoever's voicing Zoe is doing a pretty good job. I don't think it's Carolyn Lawrence or Carolyn Lawrence voiced Zoe in both 2 and 3, right? Or was that Melissa Disney in 2? I don't remember.
I'm not sure. Hang on. Let me do a Google search.
Yeah, I need to look that up because, like, I'm really forgetting now.
Mary Linda Phillips to Spyro 2, Zoe.
I don't know who that is, but
I don't know either.
All right, well, yeah, it doesn't really sound like either of them. It sounds different. Some people say might be Tara Strong, but it may not be. I honestly can't tell, but whoever's doing Zoe right now is doing a very good job.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the Spyro wiki here, and it says in 2004, Tara Strong did voice Zoe.
Oh, okay. Well then, she might be coming back. Never know.
Yeah, I think in the Colossus footage, it does sound very similar to Tara Strong.
Yeah, she kind of sounds like at one part she does sound like Twilight Sparkle.
Yes.
So, it may be her.
Yeah.
It just makes me wonder who's voicing Alora and Bianca.
Yeah.
I really hope they get Pamela Hayden back though, because she just had a perfect voice for Bianca.
Yeah, that'd be great.
What are some of your least favorite levels in the original trilogy?
Least favorite? That's a difficult question. Thing is, a lot of my least favorite levels would most likely come from Spyro 1.
Okay.
But I can understand I can, being that it is the first of the trilogy, it's kind of understandable that there may be some levels that aren't as good as other levels. Because, honestly, I love most levels in the Spyro trilogy, and trying to pick a least favorite is kind of hard for me.
Well, if you can't pick a least favorite, how about just some levels that you didn't like as much?
I really don't know. I am drawing a blank.
No levels that you thought were really, really difficult, or that you died in those levels a lot or something?
No, I can't really think of any levels that really gave me too many problems. Okay, I mean, some levels like the Sparks top-down levels gave me a few issues. I'll admit to that.
Okay.
Which were levels that I wasn't exactly that big of a fan of from Spyro 3.
Right.
I'm really drawing a blank here. I don't really have too many levels that I really don't really like.
Okay, well, if you don't have any least favorite levels, how about least favorite challenges in 2 and 3, besides Yeti boxing?
Yeah. Well, I've already mentioned the Fireworks Factory first-person Agent 9 level as one of my least favorites. Probably probably the Sergeant Bird Charmed Ridge bonus mission was one which I wasn't a big fan of.
Oh yeah, that one kind of sucks. I don't like that one.
Where you're trying to shoot down the witch cats as Sergeant Bird, and then the floor turns into lava.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the cats seem to have the best aim in the world.
Yeah, and you have to be super precise.
I lost so many lives on that one level. Or that one minigame, I should say.
Yeah, that's not a fun one. It's weird because aren't the missiles supposed to be homing? Why does it not seem to work on that specific mission? Yeah,
I don't really know.
Yeah, that one was really annoying. Of course, I don't like the Demolition Derby and Haunted Tomb. That one sucks.
Oh yeah, going back to first person, I really didn't like the Dino Mines Agent 9 level. The one which is on rails.
Yeah, that one's ugh. I don't really like Dino Mines. I mean, in general, it's not. I guess I like the aesthetic of it, but it's not really a fun level exactly when you have really annoying enemies and just annoying missions and stuff like that. I don't like the tunnel. I don't like the Agent 9 thing. Those the enemies. Their bullets catch up to you as fast as the bullets in Twilight Harbor, and I just I'm always constantly getting hit. I especially hate those Tricera turrets, as I call them.
Oh yeah.
That sucks. There are a ton of challenges that I don't like in Spyro 3.
How about the crystal popcorn one in Spyro 2, I believe?
Yeah, that's probably my least favorite challenge in that entire game. I really hate that. Oh my god, that just makes me really angry at Hunter. I'm just why? Why would you make me do this?
It's you're supposed to be helping me out here. Why are you challenging me to pick up all these crystal popcorn? Why? Just give me the orb. I
know, it's I need the orb. What? Who are you? Whose side are you on? Are you really helping me? Yeah, it's annoying. I used to really hate the alchemist escort mission the most, but then I replayed it and I did the crystal popcorn thing and I'm just like, no, this is worse. I hate this.
Yeah.
But The Alchemist still sucks, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I just had another thought. There's the escort missions in, what is that level called?
Spooky Swamp?
Yeah, that one. Ugh. I'm not a big fan of escort missions, quite honestly.
Oh my god. The escort mission with Sheila in Spooky Swamp is basically just The Alchemist all over again, and it's like just as annoying. I hate it.
Yeah, they're both pretty annoying and requires many retries just so you can get their path down.
Yeah, I know. It's completely trial and error.
Yeah.
Oh man. It's like when I think back on the challenges that I had real trouble with, and like I look back on it when I first played Spyro 2. For some reason, I think the supercharge in Idle Springs, where you have to, supercharge the pedestals and stuff, that, I believe, was the moment that I realized, oh my god, I'm going to hate some of these challenges.
Yeah.
For some reason, like, my mind always goes back to that one. I'm just like, this is gonna suck, isn't it? Like, this is gonna suck throughout the whole game, and I'm really gonna hate some of these minigames. But, yeah, and, I did, but there were also some that I really loved.
I actually kind of liked the skateboarding minigames.
Those are alright. I mean, I like the one in Enchanted Towers isn't bad when you're, you know, like, getting the points and, it's the competition with Hunter. That's not bad.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, I mean, Enchanted Towers, the reason I love that level so much is because, like, there's not really one challenge in there that I dislike in some way. I kind of like all of them. But
yeah.
Going back to the skateboard thing, no, I really don't like the one in Sunny Villa because it's just like, it started out fine. It's like catch all the lizards, and I'm like, great. And it's like, so catch all the lizards, don't wipe out. And also, there's a time limit. And I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, I definitely preferred the one in Enchanted Towers over the Sunny Villa one. Also, with Enchanted Towers, I like the fact that once you rescued Sergeant Bird, you could go to his hut and then play pretty much the entirety of Enchanted Towers in the main area of Enchanted Towers as Sergeant Bird.
I know!
Going around.
It just,
yeah.
It just blew my mind when you could do that. I'm like, this is the greatest thing ever. And that is my favorite mission in that game. Like the bone collecting with Sergeant Bird. I'm just like, because you get to explore Enchanted Towers and just, you get to fly around everywhere. It's great.
And we get the ultimate payoff of watching the bony guy dance.
Yes, and we get to see the bone dance again. I love it.
Yes.
Okay, well, I think I'm gonna end it here.
Okie dokie.
Thank you so much, Ryan, for being on this episode of SpyroCast.
I had a fun time. Thank you.
It's always fun to talk about our favorite little purple dragon.
Indeed.
Alright, thank you so much for listening, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you all in the next SpyroCast. Until then, this is me, Haru, signing off.